is Utah State BYU's biggest rival? I think if you look back at the injury history, Jaron Hall included, obviously Taters, the Taysamator, had significant injuries leveled against him, the Dallin Levitt situation. I mean, there is a laundry list of Aggie tears that pour all over BYU. So my question is, do you buy that Utah State is BYU's biggest rival? I actually don't buy that. I think Utah is your biggest rival, but man, I think it's close. And every year that goes by that Utah State inflicts pain on this club, I think it's close. Now, kicking their ass last year was awfully fun. But, Jake, I think there's a lot of credence in the idea that Utah State is BYU's biggest rival.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, like you were saying, there's a whole laundry list of things that have happened between these two teams. And I think that, in years where BYU is 4-0 and, the ball is rolling and everything's good in Provo, Utah State's looking to be the person that ends your season, basically, looking to be the person that brings you that first loss, looking to be the team that wrecks your momentum roll, basically. And I think they've done that in the past, and I think they'll be looking to do it again on Friday night. And I think that for BYU, this 100% without a doubt should be a win, but it's going to be far from easy. And I think that's why Utah State is always on the schedule, because they give you a really tough game. And I think that this BYU team will definitely be prepared. I have no doubt about that. But it is a pretty stark contrast between, the South Florida team you saw and now Utah State. That South Florida team was more athletic and more not as skilled, I would say, whereas Utah State is going to be a gritty team that basically wants to hurt you and punish you. So it'll be curious to see. Obviously, we'll get into the whole quarterback situation, but I think from a team perspective, can you leave this game relatively healthy? Can you get out of there with a win? Can you get out of there with most of your guys healthy? And most importantly, can you get out of there with a win? Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So, yeah, are they your biggest rival? I don't think they're your biggest rival, but damn, they're going to be damned if they're not a relevant team on your schedule. That's what I'll say. I think they're determined to wreck your season.
Oh, yeah, and I think that Utah State would take great pride in wrecking BYU's season. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. And by the way, we're probably underselling the lead that we have new details on Jaron Hall's status for Friday night up in Logan, and that is that if that game was held today, I'm told by BYU people that he would not be able to play today because he still has soreness in those ribs, but they fully expect Jaron Hall to be good to go on Friday night. So the quarterback controversy is dead. It looks like Jaron Hall is going to be good to go on Friday night. Now, I think there are far bigger issues for BYU as far as injuries go, and I will just tell you straight away, I think Harris LaChance is the biggest single issue health-wise, and I'm told that he is a bigger question mark than Jaron Hall. He is somebody that is listed. Harris LaChance is somebody that would be listed as doubtful today. I am also told that Tyler Batty and I think Batty's probably the biggest one. And I want to, because one of the things that really frustrated me the other night was after BYU won the game, again, to wake up on Sunday morning, and I think it was like 60, 70, notifications that, oh, this is a disaster. BYU's a fraud. Their defense is a joke. Well, you were without your two best defensive linemen in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, you had significant injuries from that game and before that game.
Right.
Like, at least agree with me that overreaction Sunday was exactly that.
Well, it's prime BYU Nation, isn't it? It's prime BYU fan. Like, this is what BYU fan does.
Yeah.
This is what Utah fan does. I mean, hell, look at Utah fan after the Washington State game. Look at Utah fan after the San Diego State loss. Like it is what we do in sports, and I think that you can't light the world on fire when you win a ball game. Did they win 40-3? No, they didn't win 40-3. Were there some moments on defense? Sure. But you won the game. That's what matters. You won the game. As we've talked about, and we'll talk about more today, this schedule is very simple, right? It is not rocket science how you got to work your way through this schedule. You're not looking at Baylor yet, right? Who are you looking at? You're looking at Utah State, and then you're looking at Boise State. Those are the two teams that you got to get through, because I got news for you. Like we've said, one loss on this schedule, and that's it. You will go to a bowl game. I have no doubt about that. You'll go to a significant bowl game, in my opinion. But one loss on this schedule, and the college football playoff is out of the question. That's just how it works for BYU right now. So when you're a BYU fan and they win this game, and you're like, oh my God, they look terrible. This team sucks. The defense is embarrassing. To the point where this guy over here has 60 to 70 Twitter notifications.
It was ridiculous.
I'm just like, dude, what are we freaking out about? You won the game. Like, what are we doing? You're 4-0.
It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. And again, all I will say is, relax. You won the game. You're 4-0. Just as Jake said. I think Tyler Batty and Isa Mahe, who did not play, both those guys should be good to go, I'm told. And I think that the biggest concern for me is Harris LaChance. I think he's absolutely got to play. I think he is a vital part of that. He is, again, dealing with this lower leg injury, and he's doubtful. And if he doesn't play, I have real fear for what that offensive line would look like. And I know that the offense was not the problem Saturday night against USF. I think motivation and a natural letdown was the issue. You were missing several key contributors. I mean, obviously we know what you lost at linebacker going into that game. And to not have your two biggest contributors on the defensive line because you held them out of the utmost of caution, that tells me you knew who USF was, and that tells me you knew that they were going to win the game. So the idea that, panic mode, blue Kool-Aid, TDS, stop. Just stop. BYU's 4-0. They're 13th in the country. Why can you not enjoy that? I feel like it's almost masochism. It's like, hey, man, you know what? BYU's doing too well. I have to find a way to run my arm through a bandsaw.
Yeah.
Somehow does anybody have a nail gun? I need to drive some nails through my sack.
I think what it is it's all BYU fans are like, hey, this is too good to be true.
I just said drive a nail through my sack, and you just went right past it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a drop to react to that.
Are you now desensitized to testicular nail driving?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
How the fuck else would you do this?
I really don't know. I have no idea. But, I just, all I'm saying is that I think BYU fan, and I would love to see in the comments, I know we got a ton of BYU people listening, I think BYU fans and the majority of the fan base is like, hey, this is too good to be true right now. We're waiting for the letdown loss that ends the season.
Yes.
And I think, first of all, the first thing we all need to agree on, whether you like it or not, is just the fact that we're having the conversation about one loss ruining your season means the program's taken 10 steps in the right direction. That's number one. Number two, I think we can all agree that no matter what happens this year, you're going to a significant bowl. I mean, if this keeps up, let's say that you win every game except for USC, you're going to go to a significant bowl. And you're going to it will suck. You're going to feel a lot of heartbreak, but you're also going to have had a hell of a season on the heels of what Zach Wilson did. So I just think that if you're a BYU fan, you gotta appreciate what you have right now, because this team, and provided, I'm telling you, provided they get past Utah State healthy, because I don't think we can just assume that, but provided you get past Utah State, you really should be able to get to SC undefeated. That's my opinion.
I'm just saying, right, you should be able to.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, relax. If you're a Utah fan this morning, I totally understand why you're upset.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam was not rising at all against you.
What a gimmick, dude. What a gimmick.
I see. Again, did you just? I said Cam was not. Cam was not rising.
Cam was not rising. Nick's Chubb. We get it.
Nick's Chubb.
Yeah.
That's quite enough. We get it.
Okay. I understand. Listen, if you're a Utah fan, I understand why you're upset. This feels like a lost season. You had another, the Aaron Lowe situation. I mean, you just feel like you're a rudderless ship. At BYU, you're 4-0. You're 13th in the country.
You're running. You're going.
Relax, settle down. Brylark says, morning boys are my Cowboys.
I swear to God.
Brylark, you're my dude. They're everybody's Cowboys.
All right, we're going to move on here.
Oh, the Cowboys are good? Somebody find me a star.
I'm pumped.
Right? Like, oh. Anyway.
Honey.
Anyway, my point is, by the way, Mike McCarthy might want to learn to manage the clock. He almost did it again last night. Yeah, the Cowboys are good. Dak Prescott's elite. I think Dak Prescott is, him, Derek Carr. I mean, you at this point, I would think you'd have to put Matthew Stafford in the MVP conversation.
Yes.
I mean, you look at Dak Prescott, back-to-back weeks completing 80% of his passes. That's not an accident. That's elite performance. That's preparation. That's the Cowboys secondary has been better. By the way, on the other side of the field there, real quick on the Monday night game, no, I don't like Peyton and Eli. I find it to be paint drying. B, Jalen Hurts I think is a legit NFL quarterback. And I know there's been a lot of questions about that. And I know that, I don't know where Tanner is this morning, but I know that his Philadelphia Eagles have been looking for a QB. You have a quarterback. His name is Jalen Hurts. And you need to embrace that. And you need to throw everything you have behind Jalen Hurts and support him to win. And I think if you do that, the Eagles could be competitive. Well, it won't be this year because but the point is, the Dallas Cowboys are good. The Dallas Cowboys will win the East. It's going to be health again because you finally have an offensive line that is capable of facilitating the run game. You have a running back in Ezekiel Elliott who very clearly has seen what Pollard's doing and is very clearly lost a ton of weight. He's in great shape. His legs look amazing. I thought that touchdown where he powered over the goal line was remarkable.
He punished them, dude.
Yeah, that was old-time Zeke, and that was Ohio State Zeke. So, yeah, if you're a Cowboy fan this morning, it's a good morning. Dane says, morning, boys. Dane, how are you? Spencer says, no, LOL. USU is not BYU's biggest rival. I would agree with that, but the more time off between BYU and Utah, the importance of every game for BYU in the next couple of years, while you're not playing Utah and you are playing Utah State, I'm telling you, it brings that rivalry up. And frankly, obviously BYU and Utah are the two best teams in Utah. There's no question about that. It's shocking that Utah State played the way they played. Mm-hmm. Shocking. But that's a team that's on the rise, in my opinion. I think Utah State's always competitive. Spencer Morgan says, if you had watched the Utah game Saturday, you'd know exactly why Ute fans were unglued despite the win. That I agree with.
Yeah.
Brandon Whiteside.
It's garbage.
Yeah, it was. Cam's not rising. Brandon White says, I'll stop. BYU about to face second best team in the state. Stop. No. Spencer says, until Saturday, I would have said USU was the best team in the state. Might still prove out to be true.
3/4 of this is inaccurate.
That's some trash, bro.
You meant to say that BYU's the best team in the state. Do Cougars growl like that?
I think so.
Because by far they are.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow, that was
amazing.
Yeah.
Chris Karn says BYU was playing 4 or 5 deep on D Saturday night. Everyone take a step off the ledge. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hashtag fire Nagy.
They literally used the wow.
Chris.
Wow.
Chris.
Wow.
Why would you?
You're getting off to a bad start.
The name Matt Nagy causes me constipation, and I don't appreciate it. Brylark says, nah, man, Cowboys are mine. Not compromising on that. James Knight says, Jingle's still wearing the Jazz jersey, lads. Well, it's not October, and it's not the trade deadline. You're just going to hang on to that for all it's worth, I think.
I cannot wait till they trade Joe Ingles because it's going to happen. And then you're going to roll up onto the show, and you're going to say, well, Donovan Mitchell's still wearing a Jazz jersey, and I told you guys so.
Now, Patty Mills, best point guard ever in the history of best point guards ever. I'll stop. Josh Lovren says BYU versus USU, two programs that are undefeated versus the Pac-12. Wow.
Owned.
Coach?
Owned.
I think Utah enjoys playing Weber more than BYU.
Yes, they do.
Is Weber let's see, is Weber State Utah's biggest rival? Stop it. Dane says, I escort the Ute coaches in the box, and even they were shocked they won. I would imagine. I mean, I don't know what you do. What is honest to goodness? And I know we've talked about this for hours at this point on
Yeah.
the show. What is wrong with Utah?
It is not something you can put your thumb on. I think
Man.
that I think that the lack of I think it starts with Witt. Honestly, I think there's something going on with Witt. I'm not saying that Witt can't do a good job or that he isn't passionate about football anymore, but I think there's clearly something happening for him. I don't know if it's a lack of enthusiasm. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is, but the program just does not have that feel about it right now. And I understand, you've lost players and there's a lot of tragedy that's happened, but at the end of the day, when you're out there on Saturdays, there's only one mission in mind. There's only one goal in mind.
Yeah.
And I think that, it's all cool that Cam came in and played good against, San Diego State and everything, but Cam Rising is not some special quarterback, right? Cam Rising is good for Utah, but it's not as though he's Jackson Dart or Zach Wilson.
No,
or
but
any of
he's the backup quarterback, so everybody loves him. Now what?
Yeah, and that's why I say, like, cool,
now what?
like you came in and had a nice time, but we're still going to have the same issues. He's still going to throw interceptions.
Yeah.
He's still going to turn it over. Like, he's still going to do all those things, and it just is what it is. So I don't know, man. To answer the question, I don't know what's wrong at Utah, but something is wrong.
Ace said, "You guys are the only show I listen to on YouTube. Well, you watch on YouTube. The only show I listen to on YouTube. I dropped one F-bomb yesterday. They deleted my account. Like he just got out of YouTube prison, I think this week.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, like on Thursday. Ace, you just got paroled like last Thursday.
Oh, he's already back in the joint.
No, it's over. Like they went,
Oh.
from what I understand, because I've never been banned on any social media platform.
Right.
But from what I understand, if you continue to break the terms of service on YouTube, which means cursing in this case, they put you in timeout. And I think you've seen on a regular basis that a lot of people's comments get filtered. We don't do that. That's YouTube doing that.
Yeah.
And so Ace is an F-bomber.
Yeah.
Which I have a lot of respect for, man.
Mhm.
Like, I'm good with it.
Right.
And
right.
so he said something about Donald Trump yesterday. When were we talking about Donald Trump? Was that yesterday or Friday? I guess it was.
Friday.
And he got put in timeout. And so yesterday he came on the show and dropped an F-bomb and they deleted his account.
I'm a man.
Like, yeah, but you're not a man on YouTube anymore. That's crazy. Crazy. And now the problem is YouTube uses IP trackers.
Mhm.
So it's not like you can just create another account. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's a problem.
Yeah, sorry. By the way, he said nobody watches BYU on TV.
Oh no.
Okay, so again, I want to say that and you had the numbers a minute ago.
Yeah, they were on Twitter.
I can look them up.
That's just not true that nobody watches BYU. They were 1.5 million, I believe it was, for the Utah game. They were 1.4 million for the ASU game, and I want to say against Arizona they were like 750,000.
BYU TV viewers for the first 3 games on ESPN.
Yeah.
Game 1, Arizona, 933,000.
There you go.
Typical for ESPN in that time slot, 700,000. Game 2 versus Utah, 1.5 million. Typical for ESPN in that time slot, 1.3 million. Game 3 versus Arizona State, 1.498 million. So call it 1.5 million. Typical, 1.4 million. I would say that's a lot of people. Now, and again, in memory serves, I think Ace is a Utah fan.
Yeah.
Through and through. And I want to say that he is, I don't remember what Ace does. Anyway.
I thought you said he was on the road a lot.
He is on the road a lot.
I thought you said he was a truck driver.
I just don't remember what Ace. No, Driftwood was the truck driver.
Driftwood was the truck driver.
Was the truck driver.
Right. Okay.
I don't remember what he does. Anyway, here nor there. The point is, people do watch BYU on TV. It's a huge audience.